What's going on, folks? Welcome on back to On Texas Football. I'm CJ Vogel. Nice little Memorial Day Sunday update. Of course, I hope everybody's having a good weekend, staying safe out there. Got a really cool video today, and we'll be talking a little bit later with Michael Taaffe and Jelani McDonald, two members of the Texas secondary, both of which expected to have large roles coming up this season for the Texas Longhorns. Really cool interviews with them. We got to pick their brains about what they've been working on this offseason, how much that Washington loss affected them a little bit in terms of what that mindset was like getting back to work immediately and what their drive is for this upcoming 2024 season. And of course, what their leadership looks like with Michael Taaffe. We know him to be a vocal guy. I, actually asked him whenever we were there if he wanted to go into coaching because every kind of, little step and detail that he takes in looks like something that a coach would do. And I think, coaching down the road is not something that's out of the picture. I think he would be a natural at it. He understands the game of football. He's by far and away a very natural leader. I love his demeanor when it comes to working in group and team environments. So really, really cool stuff to pick their brains a little bit later on. But I wanted to start a little bit. Bam, of course, I wanted to shout him out for allowing me to swing by and catch that workout in the Austin area. He works with a number of big-time players in this area. Of course, I mentioned Jade, of course, Andrew Makuba when started back at Austin LBJ. Of course, Latrell McCutcheon by way of Oklahoma to USC and now Houston. He's down here. Devin Lemire was also at the training session today. That's an all Big 12 safety at Baylor out of Manor. Really talented kid. Dante Carter, Selman Bridges up at Arkansas. Really, really talented. If you're an Austin area defensive back, you work with Bam, and he gets you right. That's for sure. But I wanted to start today with the 2026 Temple cornerback, Jason Bradford. I know I've brought him up in the past, but you don't see 6'2", 6'3" cornerbacks moving as well as he does. We'll have about a minute clip of highlights working out right now, but really talented kid. He'll be visiting Texas June 1st for the elite camp. He was on campus at the very end of spring camp as well, getting to know Terry Joseph, some of the defensive staff, obviously Steve Sarkisian, but he plans to get back up and camp at Michigan and Texas A&M. Those are the two other camps that he has scheduled right now for the month of June right now. Arizona State, Vanderbilt, the two most recent offers to come in for him. I'm telling you, you don't see young cornerbacks at that height with that length move as well as he does. I was able to go see a Temple practice the other day, and there was a D1 cornerback coach with me, basically standing right side by side as we watched him go through the entire practice. And we sat there and we basically said, yeah, this is how kids should look at this age. I think we both agreed that that's a kid that has a very bright future. And, I think he has a great head on his shoulders. I really liked what I was able to see today, kind of in a more intimate, closed setting. A kid that really understands what he has in terms of potential, but, certainly a guy that's not taking that for granted. He's out there working every day. He works with Bam multiple times a week. He'll be out there throughout the entire summer as well. And it means something to him. So I'm really rooting for him. Of course, great kid. I was glad to see, some of these offers were extended again. I think Texas is, working a little bit more to get to know him, get some evaluation, see him on the field as well. That's going to be big June 1st for the elite camp coming up next week. So you'll see a little bit more of him as we go on. But of course, getting to the two interviews with Jelani McDonald and Michael Taaffe, of course, that Texas secondary, most specifically the safety room, expected to take a leap from what we saw a year ago, and these two expected to be a large part of it. I asked Michael Taaffe a little bit about Andrew Makuba's emergence, as well as Jelani McDonald about his former Connolly cadet teammate, Kobe Black, and the way that he's starting to pick up things one spring into his freshman campaign. So y'all enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, of course. Thank you for joining us on Texas Football. And, of course, we will have more updates as we go along into the busy June 1st, elite camp next weekend, and as well as official visits starting June 7th through 9th and moving on into the rest of the month of June. But for On Texas Football, I'm CJ Vogel. This has been a quick Sunday Fun Day update. I hope you guys have a tremendous weekend and stay safe out there as well. Y'all have a good one. Welcome. At the training session with Band Performance, Bernard Blake, we got Jelani McDonald, Texas safety. What's this offseason been like for you, and what you've been working on specifically? It's
been great, man. Just working on, keeping my speed, getting faster, keeping my mobility, getting better at my mobility, and getting in and out my breaks. Just things like that, and working on my range, being better conditions for, more possession. The longer the possession, the more I got to start there. So I want to be prepared for that. Things of that nature, just like that.
I wanted to go back a little bit because it felt like after high school there was kind of a maybe it was up in the air of where you would play, whether it be linebacker, safety, corner. Mm-hmm. You found a home in the safety room. How's that been for you so far?
It's been great, you know, just going in, having and getting to learn the whole playbook, because I'm gonna have to. I gotta tell people on the field what to do. I'm the leader on the defensive side, so you know, I just gotta be ready for that role and just, you know, come ready to play.
In terms of you as a leader, I know that Texas lost a couple guys to the NFL, a couple departures there. How are you developing in that role as a vocal guy?
I'm coming along, man. You know, I came a long way. You know, I ain't never just had to talk that much, you know, on the team or whatever. But you know, I got the people around me that make me actually want to talk to them, because I want them to be great and they want me to be great. So it's like we're working with each other.
Now, of course, going back to the final game against Washington, you're 11 yards away. You know, that's kind of been a recurring theme that we've heard of a little bit. How much has that driven you to come out and improve every day to get ready for this upcoming year?
Man, it's driven me a lot, because I don't even want to have to be in that situation. Like, as a defense, I know we win championships, we win games, we win all that. We got to win possessions so our offense can go work. So I just know, you know, as a defense and as a safety of the defense, I want to be able to get the offense off the field as fast as possible.
Definitely. And of course, after, you know, freshman campaign a year ago, what did you learn about the game of college football?
It's way faster and it's more than football. You gotta have the knowledge, you gotta have the discipline, the IQ, you gotta have the mental toughness, all that. It's more than just playing football.
And of course, we saw your former teammate Kobe Black get an interception in the spring game. How is he coming along in spring camp and, of course, into his freshman campaign?
He's doing great. You know, me and him, we big, so it's awesome to see a brother like me go out there and compete, you know, at the next level beyond high school. So it's just, that motivates me really, because I'm trying to be like that too. I want to get a pick, so it's like that motivates me.
And I wanted to ask you about Bam. What's he meant to you and in terms of your development and coming out here and competing with some of the other guys in the Austin area?
You know, Bam, you know, we've been trying to get with me up for a long time, you know, and I came out here and it was great work, all across the board, you know. Being able to do some DB work, some ones at the end, you know. Just he doing more than just putting videos on the internet. He getting us game ready. So it's like, I like that.
And in terms of how excited you are for this upcoming season, put that into your own words of, you know, what you're looking forward to in 2024.
I'm just looking towards a winning season. Big plays, big players, you know, make big plays on big game days. So it's like I'm just ready for the whole atmosphere of the SEC, you know, because I know it's a different level. So just see we're gonna get it popping.
And that's Texas safety Jelani McDonald out here at Bam Performance getting the work in.
Yes, sir.
All right, out here with Bernard Blake, Bam Performance, Michael Taaffe, Texas safety. I mean, what's your offseason been like so far? Of course, putting in the work, coming back, summer conditioning right around the corner.
Yeah, I think it's the time to get all your details, the little things corrected. Spring, you're going with your team, and then summer, you're going with your team. So this May area is the time where you can just work with yourself, work with your DB trainer from back home with Bam, and just be with those guys and work on those little things, that step right here, this step right here. So then when you program it to summer and to fall, it all works hand in hand.
Of course, you're coming off of a year last year where you had an interception in 3 straight games. What's the next step for you in terms of your game and what you're working on here specifically?
Well, for me individually, I want to match that. I got goals for myself for the season. Just, you know, develop myself as a player, not just be there in that spot and make a couple plays, and make all the plays. So just advance, take that next step. And then as a team, I just want to be a leader on our team, somebody that's a significant player on our team, not just successful, but significant, and being that leader, stepping into that leadership role, because all I care about is a national championship.
I was going to ask you about leadership, because you're out here leading some reps as well during the training session. What's that mean to you? And of course, going into a new year where there's a void, I would say, maybe, with some departures, or how are you stepping up in that role as well?
I think you just got to be a little bit more vocal. Know that it's your DB room now, with people leaving, and you got to be the guy to step up. You got to step up, and somebody's got to do it, and I know that I'm called to step up. And then really I care about winning more than anything for myself, because not only do I know that individual success leads to team success, or vice versa, but also I care about winning a national championship more than I care about having 6 or 7 picks. And so that's how I am, that's how I'm wired. I'm I bleed burnt orange, and that's just who I am.
I was going to ask you about that. You got very close a year ago, right? You made it to the college football playoff. You got very close. How long did that take you to kind of stomach and say, all right, now we're back to work?
Man, I went to bed that night, and all I could think about is, how can we get here again and change the result? We were 11 yards away, and I know everybody knows that on our team. I know everybody wants it. And so we're just going to figure out different ways to, do the same things that we did that were right, and then figure out ways that we can do differently to get back to that spot and change the outcome. So.
And one final question for you. I know you've been working with Drew out here for a while. That's Andrew Makuba for folks who don't know. You've known him for a long time. He's now a part of your secondary room as well. What's Texas getting with a guy like him?
He's a baller, selfless. He'll do anything. Whatever position they want him to play, he'll play. He's just all around really good guy. You need those guys in your room to just lift up the squad. He's not a guy that's going to compete as in like, I take all these reps. He's going to compete fairly, and he's just going to love his teammates, and that's just who he is. And Drew's just such a good guy and a really good football player.
And of course, summer conditioning right around the corner, ready to get back out in the sun. How excited are you for that?
Man, it's going to be fun. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to grow as a team, and this is going to be a very vital part of our season.
Perfect. That's Michael Taaffe. This is On Texas Football.
God bless.